Before the achievements, before the celebrations, here's the work. Early mornings, late nights. Every challenge faced, every extra effort made.
Every victory starts with preparation.
We value leadership, resilience, and innovation. No victory without work. Because success isn't given, it's earned. Welcome to Adrian College.
Bulldog fans, remember to follow Adrian College TV on social media. For game highlights and campus events, you can catch it all on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and X at Adrian College TV. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch all our future streams live and support your Bulldogs.
Continue to take pride and learn from Asa Mahan's leadership today. Years of commitment to harnessing the power of creativity, ingenuity, community, and academic excellence.
I believe that if you get your degree, the world is going to feel like it's shrinking.
Game 2 of a highly touted NCAA contest as the Bulldogs look to sweep the Raiders on the season series. Hello and welcome to the Arrington Ice Arena here on the campus of Adrian College. My name is Sean Whitmer. Joining me in the booth today is Nathan Lindner. And we have an exciting contest that was as physical as could be in the final frame yesterday. Bulldogs did walk out victorious 5-2, but it was the Raiders bringing the physicality in the third period and really starting to raise the temper that's seen us come out with the Bulldogs coming out victorious. Raiders picked up a lot of momentum, though, there in that third period. They're going to look to continue that here today.
Yeah, those last 20 minutes of play last night is certainly going to be interesting to see how they come out in these first 20 minutes of tonight's contest. Saturday afternoon hockey. Might have got a good night's sleep. If you're the Bulldogs, after a 5-2 victory, look at some of the stats from last night. Bulldogs dominated the shot category and nearly every other category except for block shots, which is pretty normal for an Adrian College team where they usually don't block as many shots. They're more of a freely moving team as opposed to their opposition kind of bogs down and just tries to get in the passing lanes as they do. For Bulldogs, they were 2 for 5 on the power play opportunities. Raiders were 0 for 2. They scored 2 goals in the first period and then nothing after that. Penalty minutes, Bulldogs at 6 and MSOE doubled it at 12. Face-off percentages about as even as you can get, almost 50-50 in that mark. So that's really where it comes off of is can you win the draw and control the possession. I know the Bulldogs are going to want to do that, especially here at home. What they win on average for this year is 57% of faceoffs, and their transition game has been one of the best in the country. When they set the tempo, they can overwhelm teams quickly. For MSOE, they're structured, disciplined, and opportunistic. They excel at slowing games down, absorbing pressure, and countering with speed through their playmaking forwards. For them, it needs to be a controlled game, not a track meet.
Yeah, and looking at face-off percentage, yesterday's contest, Bulldogs after the first 20 were up 55% to about 44%. It was 55.5 to 44.5, and then it switched. It was 54 to 46, and then we see what it was by the end of the game, 50 to 50, just about, as you mentioned. And coming into the season, actually looking at goals per game, that is right on par with what the Bulldogs usually do. They usually they average 5 goals per game, where their opponents usually average about 2 goals per game. So it's right on average for a normal Bulldog game. What I will say, MSOE has only lost 1 Game 2 on the season so far, and that was their first season. That was their first series of the season against St. Scholastica. They won Game 1 4-2. They lost Game 2 3-1. They have won Game 2 every day since. That includes beating Trine 6-4. Beating Trine 6-3 after tying on day 1. Trine, one of the very talented teams here in the NCHA.
Yeah, a conference full of talented teams. We'll get to that in a minute. But for Adrian and MSOE, they're really a day 2 team. You know, after they see the first game, 60 minutes of play, they regroup, probably look at some film in the hotel area, have a team meeting, and they know what to expect coming into the day 2 for their opponent. Then they're able to capitalize on the mistakes that they made and anything that they've seen in the opponents. They're able to say, okay, this is what we're going to do now. We have an idea of what they do, and then they can change up the game plan if need be and take a dub in Game 2.
Yeah, and I think for the Bulldogs, you're really looking to continue what you did in the first 2 periods of play yesterday. That third period, you want to just wash that out of your mind, forget that ever happened, because they got beaten up a little bit in that third period of play. I mentioned it earlier. MSOE really started to up the tensions of how they were handling things, and they really started to bring the physicality to a new level in that third period of play. The Bulldogs, a team that's usually extremely physical and is not afraid to up that level of physicality, seemed almost like they were playing with their hands behind their back there in that third period, not wanting to put themselves into penalty trouble.
Yeah, I think it was just a bunch of frustration here for the Raiders. Obviously, they scored 2 goals in the first period and then nothing after that for a final almost 50 minutes. So it was really frustrating for them. That's probably why they upped the tempo. We'll see how they come out here tonight for the Bulldogs. Almost taking into that dog mentality is that, like you said, their hands behind their back, almost say they play with their tails between their legs a little bit. But for the Bulldogs, they really got to set the tempo here and set the momentum because they have the home crowd behind them. So you lay out a couple of big hits early in this one. The crowd will get into it. You know, Saturday afternoon, everyone's off work. They can come to the game. Wild Warriors will be out and ready to chirp if need be. But the early goal is going to be the momentum shifter. We saw MSOE come in and score right off the bat, and the Bulldogs can't really afford that to do that here tonight.
No, and me and you had the privilege of calling the postseason play between these two teams last year. We called day 2. It ended up going into that mini game and overtime, and it was a lot of hectic play. What really helped the Bulldogs on day 2 last year was their level of physicality being higher than the Raiders. It was Julian Jacob doing everything he could to just power through that Raiders team. Would like to see more of that today from Julian Jacob and the rest of this Bulldogs squad. As we take a look at some players to highlight, who do you have for the MSOE Raiders?
Well, for the Raiders, I got Seth Bernard. You know, he's a high motor winger who brings energy to every shift. Physical on the walls, works hard below the line, isn't afraid to attack the dirty areas to create offense. He's the type of player who can change momentum with one shift, whether it's a big hit, a block shot, or pressure that forces a turnover. In yesterday's contest, he had 1 goal and 1 assist to bring his team-leading point total to 13.
Yeah, and Seth Bernard, he played phenomenally yesterday. He really came off to that hot start. We mentioned the Bulldogs need to eliminate that hot start, as if they give up an early goal, that could really swing momentum in favor of the Raiders, especially after that third period of play. As the Raiders starting a different player in goal today, it is Spencer Northway. He has played 2 games on the season thus far. He's allowed 1 goal, no special teams goals, meaning no power plays or shorthandeds. He has also had 26 saves for a save percentage of 9.963, and he is 1-0 on the season, looking to continue what he's done so well. As you see Seth Bernard skate forward right there, and the final player announced will be the team captain, Carson Jones, as I will throw it back over to Nate for our player to watch for the Adrian College Bulldogs.
Now for Adrian College will be Patrick Saney. He's been one of Adrian's most reliable two-way forwards this season. He plays with speed, competes hard in the forecheck, and has been a knack for turning loose pucks into scoring chances. Saney sees the ice well and doesn't force plays. He's patient, he's poised, helps drive the possession whenever he's on the ice. He tallied 2 goals yesterday to bring his total to 8 on the year to go along with 3 assists. He plays pretty clean otherwise, no penalty and only 1 block shot.
Yeah, and as we're switching things over to the Bulldogs here, you can see Patrick Saney there, number 15 in the starting lineup today. Did not start yesterday, but as you mentioned, played phenomenally in the time he was given on ice. Next to him will be Alec Lovasek. Of course, Ryan Piro's going to skate forward first. The phenomenal netminder for the Bulldogs coming in out of Utica University. And now Will Bowman. Next will be Nick O'Hannison, the older of the 2 O'Hannison brothers on this team. We've got Theo Troon rounding out the starting forwards as well, as head coach Adam Phillips looks to sweep the Raiders. And it's a team that, while it might not be the biggest rival on people's minds, it's definitely up there, and I'm sure this game means a lot for you coming from, Milwaukee yourself. You get a chance to watch the school you go to and the city you're from face off here in a day 2. And last time we called a day 2 action between these 2 teams, it was as tight-knit as possible. So we will step aside. Don't go anywhere. You are watching NCAA hockey on ACTV.
One-on-one battles lead to unit battles, which lead to team battles, and then a big victory at the end. Nothing different today than what you do every day, all right? Love you guys. Win on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Let's go. One-on-one battles lead to unit battles, which lead to team battles, and then a big victory at the end. Nothing different today than what you do every day, all right? Love you guys. Win on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Let's go.
welcome back inside the AIA as the national anthem was sung and all the things were taken care of prior to puck drop, and we are underway. Patrick Saney winning the opening face-off, playing it back, as now the Bulldogs looking to start things. It's Ohannesson skating forward. He will dump it into the corner. Lovasek chasing after. It'll be picked up by the Raiders, trying to clear the zone. Bulldogs able to slap it forward. Lovasek applying the pressure. Skating in reverse, it caroms off the boards. So now the Raiders had a lot of success in the first period yesterday, looking to continue their first period momentum here today. Pass into the slot, broken up. Troon dumping it into the corner. Lovasek still applying the pressure as everyone else goes to make the change. Swade swiping at it, going the other way is Belke. He will be called for offsides.
Early offsides call there. Nick Ohannesson on the back end broke up the centering pass right in front of the goal. Was able to set up that little break they had just to go down and able to get the change out there. So a nice play.
Face off here, going in favor of the Raiders, who will dump it into the corner. Loretto chasing after it, but a little bit of a risky play made there by Piros. With some physicality into the official on the boards. He made a little pirouette. Now a shot on Piros. Kicks it away. Wraparound chance broken up by the Bulldogs. Ben Loretto back there. Played off the boards and a big hit back behind the play. Another big hit as the Bulldogs slow to get up. It's played to Loretto. It looks fine, just looks like might be skate difficulties. He'll be helped to the bench area. Ian Amsbaugh applying pressure. Traps it into the boards, passed back towards the front of the cage, and it's broken up. Raiders transitioning the other way, attacking in front and broken up. Pass to Yee, more physicality as tempers have really risen.
Take a look at one big hit down there, and then Peters went down. I'm not sure if he was the one that got the hit. Peters there on the left, number 11 in the center of the screen. We'll see when he goes down here as the big hit behind the play. Just missed the replay on Peters getting hit, but I'm not sure if it was skate difficulty. He went right behind the bench, getting checked out by the trainer right now. He looked to be in some pain, could even get on two legs.
Could be lower leg difficulty as well, so this is passed back and picked up by Ropke. Sent in front. Now great stick work by the Bulldogs trying to break things up. Pass between the legs stolen away. Raiders attacking the cage and pass back behind. A lot of open ice here for the Bulldogs. Amsbaugh skating to the left. The shot will score! Frank Tufelski for the Bulldogs.
2-on-1 opportunity. Tufelski just takes it himself, picks his corner, and beats the glove side of Northway. Welcome to the game, young man.
Only the second goal given up on the season for Northway, but it's the fifth tallied for Tufelski. Third even strength goal on the year for him. As the faceoff goes in favor of the Raiders, Jockums will send it down. Piros picks it up, plays it off the board. Summers being attacked by Jockums, pokes it free. Picking up the puck and going the other way is the Raiders. It was Sam Lyons applying pressure, as he still is. Ohannesson plays it to Ohannesson. Now Amsbaugh dumps it in underneath the red line. Summers applies pressure. Amsbaugh taking a hack at the puck. Stuck on the blue line, pass, cross ice, off the boards. Loretto plays the boards again. Summers between the legs. Amsbaugh attacking, has a player, backdoor shot, up and over. Amsbaugh will pick up the loose puck. Spin pass to Summers is stolen away. Raiders now. 1-on-2 opportunity for Lions. Loretto takes a hack and it stays in play just barely. Clark spins and can't get the pass off. Another takeaway by the Raiders. Attacking, played back. Couldn't handle it as it's stolen away. Swade passing Forgive me, not Swade. That would be number 19, Anton Sorensen. As the Raiders are transitioning, it's dumped into the corner by Jones. Some more physicality up against the boards, and the Bulldogs will pick up the puck. Reel pass behind. Now up ice feed. Vellucci makes a tap, and it will allow the change. Sorensen applying pressure. Only second game played on the season for him. Bannister will dump it into the corner. Saney and Lovasek applying the pressure. It's passed out from underneath the cage. Stays on the Bulldogs' favored side of the blue line. Attacking in front. Another shot attempt and broken up. Great defense in front for the Raiders. Bowman passed over to Jacob, who dumps in. Lovasek will retreat as called offside early. Picked up by Malika. Bowman swiping, can't get it. Malika will pick it back up. Played in reverse. Bowman off a skate, takes some contact as Saney can't find Lovasek. It's stolen away. Now Saney will take it himself out of the D zone. Played off the boards. Malika picks up the loose puck. Pass into center ice. Saney with the spin shot. Jockums getting pressured by Lovasek. And here comes Swade. Smith with a big hit into the boards. Swade absolutely annihilated him. Piros to Malika. Behind for Bowman. Up ice. It's Carter Reel who will dump it into the corner, chasing after it. Look to be Tefelski, as we'll take another look at some physicality after we take a look. Well, the nicety was broken up anyway.
Well, you wanted some big hits early on. Both teams laying out bodies in the first 5 minutes here along the board, so it looks scarier than what it is sometimes, but he definitely leveled him. Shoulder right into the door of the sin bin.
He got up quick, though. He skated off. He lost his stick, but got up quick. As if you're noticing not a lot of fans walking around back on the opposite side of us here today, it's because last night it was announced NCAA rule, no fans allowed behind the bench area during contest. As Tefelski plays it into the corner, Swade's shot deflects up and into the netting, and some more extracurriculars after the whistle.
So no fans behind the bench, but they can be behind and up a level at the Wild Cafe.
Well, there's always a workaround, isn't there, here at the AIA?
Yeah. Tefelski in here, not on the draw, but on the right wing. Already got a 3-point weekend now here after scoring the first goal.
It'll be Swade on the faceoff. 5 goals on the season, 4 of which have came on the power play. And this will be played back. No one home to receive it on the blue line, so Piros will be the next player to touch it. Nice play off the boards behind him, but it's stolen away. Raiders pick it up. Can't handle it. The rifle is taken off a body. Some friendly fire and almost a friendly goal. Now some contact into the corner. Puck still loose. No one really handling it. Jones will spin and shoot. And the Bulldogs will clear the zone. Picked up by Jockums. Passed into the middle. Kicked by Bernard. Loretto makes a move to Amsbaugh. Skating forward. Backdoor feed. Summers can't handle it. The pass into the slot was perfect, but Ohannesson wasn't ready. Played to Amsbaugh. D-to-D pass. Looked for Ohannesson, was Jacob. Now Amsbaugh applying pressure on Jockums. Skates it into the offensive zone. Picked up, fired, and it's wide. Alex Thundercloud had eyes. This off the boards. Picked up by Bannister. He'll send it around the boards. Summers gets planted into the boards. As Thundercloud gets physical with Bannister. Amsbaugh coming in to help. It's picked up by Summers. Now to Amsbaugh. Spinning around. He did a lot of skating yesterday. As this pass is broken up by Bannister. Played to Summers. Some physicality between Yee. Pass right in front. Spinning shot. Another opportunity. Kicked away. Great saves by Northway. Yee skates forward. Skating back is Trachenko. Passes up, it's deflected. Picked up by Ohannesson. Shot is broken away. Physical Stick getting high there on Bowman, but no whistle. Some incidental contact. Played back behind O'Hannison. Playing patient. He'll pass it over, now played up, and it will get tipped and stay playable. Northway came out of his cage to make a play as the puck will skate all the way back. Bulldogs in their own end. Loretto skates with dangerous intentions. His pass is touched. Saney can't grab it. Lovasek will. Skating into the corner, and it's stolen away by the Raiders once again. Great stick work in their own defensive end as playing some hacky sack here, and the Raiders are going to try to take it up. David Clark will steal it away. That is Raider number 86, Charles Fink, with no name plate, as some more physicality happening all over the ice, and a whistle will finally sound. We will have our first power play of the game. 9, 8, and 20 in.
Yeah, right on the player that you just called out, no nameplate, Charles Fink. Got no goals and 2 assists on the year. He'll head to the box. And this is what the Bulldogs needed. They need to capitalize on an early power play here, especially when you're already up 1-0. If you can double the lead, put away the Raiders early in this one.
Yeah, the freshman out of Ontario, 6'2" forward. He's got 2 assists on the season, 4 games played. This is his second penalty served this year. As Bulldogs' first chance at a power play, they went 2 for 5 yesterday, but they were 2 for 2 going into the third period, as it was 1 for 1 in each period prior. Third period, they went 0 for 3, so they're looking to pick the momentum back up where they left off as Amsbaugh comes away with the puck. But the whistle will blow, and we will have ourselves a redo of the faceoff.
The linesman kind of dropped it inadvertently, or the Raider player was ready on it, and then Tefelsky just didn't go for it right away. Referee motioned it was on him.
Played back to the point, now dumped into the corner. Taking it around the official, who kind of incidentally gets in the way. Now to Amsbaugh. He attacks, backdoor feed, shot into the body and saved. Great job by Northway to cover it up.
Good look for the Bulldogs right off the bat. 14 seconds in, kind of worked it around to Amsbaugh on the left point. Try to go back door again. Good passing lane there. Obviously with the 1 man down, you got 1 passing lane you're not going to be able to clog.
So it'll be Tefelsky, and trying to catch the number. Looks like 22 for the Raiders. It's played over to Amsbaugh. He attacks on the wing. Takes it wide. Pass to Swade, up over. This one will clear the zone. As Clark will skate in reverse. Tefelsky looked like he was maybe getting a play from Coach Phillips there. Communicating with him. It's played to Tefelsky. Now he attacks with all 4 Bulldogs in front of him. Tefelsky gets battled off the puck. It's played over. Clark skating in reverse. Resets. Now to Amsbaugh. Pass back to the point. It's Clark. Takes a bounce off Swade's skate. Amsbaugh will keep possession. Clark fires one up and over the crossbar as it'll be cleared just barely by the Raiders. They're going to make a change. This is a dangerous location. But a bad pass from Amsbaugh looking for Troon will allow the full clear by the Raiders. And we're going to see a line change for the Bulldogs as well, as O'Hannison picking up the pace. 40 seconds remain in the power play. Over to Lovasek. Fed to O'Hannison. Left behind. Summers attacks. Plays it back door. It's kicked away. Puck still loose in a scrum. A wraparound opportunity broken up by the Raiders defense. O'Hannison into the boards. Summers plays patient. He will go back to O'Hannison. Now Summers return to the other O'Hannison. The brothers playing together as this will leave the zone. Of course, number 47, Nick O'Hannison. 17, Jack O'Hannison. Saney picks it up, dancing on the blue line. He'll dump into the corner. It's Jack chasing after it. Summers can't handle it. Now Lyons plays it up into the netting as we are back to full strength. 9:30 left here in the first period. As I'd like to remind you to stay connected with all the action by following at AdrianCollegeTV on social media. From game highlights to campus events, we've got you covered. Don't miss a moment. Follow at AdrianCollegeTV today. Perfect timing for a stoppage for the Bulldogs, as well as they had only one defender on the ice there in that line. Vellucci gets put into the boards. Rio plays it back. Bernard can't grab it. It's fired on net, up and over. Bowman attacks on the wing. He plays it underneath for Vellucci. Pass into the slot, picked up, playing it patient. Can't handle it as it was Sorensen. Now the Raiders on a run. It's Bernard as Jockham's on the point. Pass right in front. Takes some hits off some skates. As this will bounce back, and Jones can't handle it on the blue line.
Penalty.
Some physicality, and yeah, I think his arm got a little high.
Maybe they're going to call elbowing on that one. A scramble on that one. Take a replay. The captain, Carson Jones, laying out the hit as he let the puck squirt underneath him. Just put his elbow up in Ricardo Real. And back-to-back penalties gone against the Raiders here in the middle of the first period. See, the Bulldogs can capitalize on this one. They learned they can capitalize. They were 2-on-2 in the first 2 periods last night. We'll see how they do here.
Yeah, they're 0 for 1 so far today. So they've gone 4 straight power plays without getting anything to work for them as Amsbaugh looks to attack. He'll pass to the red line. Swade can't handle it. It's poked away. Looking for a clear. Amsbaugh laying out to keep the puck in the offensive zone. It'll get cleared anyway. Tefelsky picks it up, plays it back for Clark. It's center ice. Now he'll skate in reverse. Off the boards for Amsbaugh. Bulldogs looking to reset, get a set piece working. Running the show and left behind. It's Amsbaugh now. He's got Tefelsky behind him, but he'll take it in the zone himself and get leveled into the boards. Ian Amsbaugh got taken off his skates there. Now Tefelsky skating around. This one flips up and touches the netting. So we will have ourselves a face-off. And another look at another big hit against Ian Amsbaugh.
Yeah, kind of took him off his feet into the glass there on the far side. Try to carry the puck through the offensive zone. Adam Smith says, no, thank you.
So it's Patrick Saney taking the face off. It's the Saney and O'Hannison line here. Say that because both brothers are on the ice. It's Nick O'Hannison dumping one underneath. This will take an odd bounce off. Sounded like the plexi, but I've never heard the plexi make that noise before. As Nick O'Hannison will pick it up, skating forward. He leaves it behind. As the Bulldogs trying to set everything up, and Lovaset gets battled off the puck. Looking for Jack O'Hannison in front was Saney. Now Saney getting trapped into the corner. He takes the backhand flip, and it's poked away. Raiders will clear this down the ice. Bulldogs 35 seconds to work with on the power play. Raiders make the change. Nick O'Hannison. He skates forward, leaves behind. Saney picks it up. He's got Summers behind him. A little bit of a wonky pass. Now fed across and offside. Might have been the best time to take that offsides, though, if you're going to take one. Instead of bleeding the clock away, you take the offsides. And the clock stops, you get your face off at the neutral zone.
Yeah, Summers just caught on the wrong side of the blue line there. Didn't see the puck enter. You thought they were going to go right away. And, well, for the Bulldogs here, 20 seconds left in the power play. If you can win this face-off quickly, they can generate one more opportunity.
Tefelsky took the face-off in, and now Swade fans on the shot, spinning, and it's poked away by Tefelsky. Plays it back to Amsbaugh. Back to Tefelsky, and cleared out of the zone by the Raiders. Bulldogs likely going to eat this power play and just let themselves have it as Piros level the Raiders player. The goalie getting physical. Sent into the corner. Back to full strength. Swade takes some contact. It was captain-on-captain violence as Carson Jones picks it up in the neutral zone. Gets poked away from him. He's still battling with David Clark. Loretto flips it back, sent in front, off a body, Now the Bulldogs with a 2-on-2 opportunity. Bernard inserting himself. This one goes wide. Vellucci takes some contact into the boards. Picked up by Tefelsky. Plays it off a stick in front. Great use by Charchenko. This pass into Loretto's stick. Bounced off his skate and escaped the zone. Sorensen plays it to Vellucci, who can't handle it. Had a man marking him from behind. That was Kargas. Now Loretto applies the brakes. Skating around. D-to-D pass. Malika's pass to Sorensen is broken up. It's picked up by Real. He spins. Loretto underneath for Vellucci. Now Sorensen getting trapped underneath. Played into the corner. Charchenko playing it off the boards. Kargas gets physical with Sorensen. Now to Charchenko. Off the boards once again. Still loose. Backhand shot is wide. It was Saney looking for his third goal of the weekend. Loretto feeds. Troon's pass to Lovasek. Taking a hack at the puck in air. As now the Raiders will dump it off the boards, and we'll have ourselves a whistle. I believe it's going to go against, looks like Theo Troon.
Yeah, cross-check. Boy, what a long possession there in the offensive end for the Bulldogs. They went for a full line change, except for Loretto, who was still out there, and they still kept it in the offensive end, and it culminated in eventually a penalty going against Theo Troon. But that was a really good possession despite being 5-on-5, shortly coming after the power play, and now the Bulldogs got to play shorthanded for the next 2 minutes.
And power play, or penalty kill for the Bulldogs was perfect yesterday. This at the blue line, pass to Dickey. Now return to sender. Plays it patient. Has Amsbaugh spinning around. Now it's Dickey on the blue line. He'll pass it across. Bossy playing patient. This fired, takes a deflection. Lions can't handle it, and it's Jacob looking for the clear. Bossy couldn't handle it either, so they will skate in reverse and reset. Dickey passed up, now flipped off the boards, stays in play. Attacking into the corner is Jackson Hughes. Raiders will have to reset again. Half the power play just about gone. Dickey has been the engineer of this power play so far for the Raiders. He'll leave it behind. This time it gets picked up and attacking. Pass behind, off the boards, Jones. He'll get battled off. It's O'Hannison. Pass to Saney. Cross ice feed to Lovasek, who will just dump it in and allow a change. No, the Bulldogs are just going to reset their defense. Now attacking is Belkey. He'll play it behind. Picking it up in attack is Mann. Jones back to Mann in the corner. Now underneath. Can't handle the feed. Jockums skating around Jones, attacking in front of the cage. Couldn't find him, was Jockums. Bulldogs will clear it once again. 15 seconds to work with.
Was that pun intended where you said Dickey was the engineer of the power play? Milwaukee School of Engineering?
It wasn't a pun intended, but now I wish it was, as Thundercloud attacks into the corner. His pass is broken up in front. Bulldogs are back to full strength as Theo Troon looked to be trying to grab a maybe cherry pick opportunity unsuccessfully. Now pass to Loretto. He will dump it. Real picks it up. No, he'll leave it behind for Swade. Keeping everything on his backhand. The pass will find Loretto, but not until the neutral zone. He'll flip it behind. Real. Back to Loretto. Now fed across. Up ice, it's Real. He dumps in front. Backhand shot is off the iron and stays out. Vellucci had an amazing opportunity. Just couldn't take advantage of it. Nice moves here in the neutral zone. It'll get dumped in. And Raiders will make a change. Pass to Reel. He's got Sorensen behind him. He'll take the shot. Kicked away. Some more physicality, but Sorensen will pick up the loose puck for the moment. His pass broken up. Takes a bounce off the boards. Now rifled in and broken by Northway. Backdoor feed, and Yee getting his stick on it to break up the pass. More physicality. Lovasek comes out with it, getting battled into the boards, but keeping it on his backhand. Lovasek playing patient. The shot off a body. That was Dickey, I believe, who took that one off his back. Now the pass to Lovasek. Just left it a little bit long. He'll play it behind for Saney. Plays it back to Bannister. Dumped in and around. Saney will recover the puck in the corner. Attacking Saney. Shot broken up by the Raiders and pushed into the corner. 1 minute remains here in the first period of play. Stolen away. Julian Jacob attacking. He shoots into the body and saved by Northway.
Boy, what a good look here for the Bulldogs. Puck just ricochets off of the iron. Near side, kind of a scramble drill here through the backhand.
That was the Julian Jacob shot there, as another good look for the Bulldogs. Like, you can't squander that if you're Julian Jacob. However, yes, you were talking about the Vellucci shot, as this is passed in front. Summers couldn't get the deflection in time. Some more physicality. Summers finds himself with the puck. He picks it up again. Pass to Jack O'Hannison. Can't handle it. Pass back to Loretto. Gets physical on the blue line. Ott took the shot. Now it's passed. Thundercloud applies the brakes. Now underneath. Back to the blue line. Bulldog takes a tumble. This caroms off the boards. Out of the zone. Thundercloud getting physical. Plays it off the boards. Broken twig on the ice. As the clock will expire, and that will end the first period of play. Bulldogs lead shots on goal 13-2 unofficially at this moment.
Yeah, it just goes to show you how much offensive pressure the Bulldogs have had. The Raiders are really struggling to get the puck out of their zone. Even when we're going 5-on-5, the Bulldogs had it in their zone for almost about 90 seconds there. They went for almost a full line change, and they still kept it in. Raiders just having really trouble generating anything offensively. They have gotten a couple of pucks deep, but Piros is playing really well. He's playing it behind his own cage, and he even dished out a hit, which you like to see, because he's like, I want some of that action to get the hits. But for the Bulldogs playing really well defensively, they're keeping it in the zone on the blue line. Seen a couple of times. It's gotten over the stick of Loretto, but he's also one of those guys who's really good at keeping it inside the blue line. And the Bulldogs just working hard, getting pucks deep, and they're not really giving the Raiders any room to breathe.
No, and you mentioned the Piros hit. It's actually funny because if he doesn't do that, he likely gets goaltender interference, and the Bulldogs are on the power play because he was making his way back to the crease, and if he just doesn't extend his arms and he takes a little bit of a flop, as we've seen some other netminders do, then he's probably getting praised in the locker room for a different reason. He's still going to get praised for making that hit there. As we take a look at the first, I believe the
Piros hit here. It would be a power play, but sometimes it's better to be safe than sorry, especially when you're dancing around your own cage here. He just ran right into him, so he just gives him a little shove there. Nicely done.
As now we're going to take a look at the difference maker so far, and if things were to end right now, this would be the game-winning goal.
Yeah, right off the bat, 2-on-1, Tefelsky working with Amsbaugh, and Tefelsky takes it himself and just beats the glove side of Northwood.
That's a tough spot to sit for Northway as well, because if you're sitting there and you have those two talented attackers for the Bulldogs, you're in a no man's land. You can't attack Tefelsky. He'll feed to Amsbaugh, and then back door's wide open. You can't favor like he did towards Amsbaugh, because then Tefelsky can pick his corner. You really need that defender skating back with him, needs to pick a man, mark that man, and force the pass, allowing Northway to attack the other one, and they need to play it almost like a 2v2 where Northway is the second defender.
Yeah, the defender in that one was Adam Smith, I believe, number 5. And, what do you say is puck first, right? You got to stop the puck, make him make a pass. That way they're more likely to make a mistake making a pass, whether it's the feed, can he keep it on his tape and then still have a nice shot? Well, when you're the only one carrying it and you just got a free rein to the net, you can sit there, pick your spot, and then you can shoot rather than moving at a fast pace and then getting the puck to your stick and one-timing it.
12 saves so far for Spencer Northway, the senior netminder out of Ankeny, Iowa. Played for the Des Moines Buccaneers, was his last stop, and this only being his 3rd game of action, his 2nd start on the season, he is looking to make a bigger impact for these Raiders here today, and he's done a great job in the crease. Taking a look at the other side, if you're the Bulldogs, what do you need to do to hold on to this lead or extend it, finding yourself victorious when everything is said and done?
Well, pretty much just do a lot of what you did in the first period. Keep pucks deep and keep it in the offensive end. That way it forces MSW, they can't get a change, especially when we switch sides here. MSW's got to go that extra bit just to get to their own bench. And when you're forcing the pucks deep and keeping them in their defensive end, it's really hard to get it out of there without forcing an icing call. And then once you get into that cycle, it's just ice clear, and you have to keep the same legs back on the ice, and it just smells trouble here for the Raiders.
Yeah, and the Raiders went scoreless in the 2nd and 3rd frames of yesterday's contest. This is the 3rd straight period that they have not tallied a goal, as a bruiser shootout happening to our right. And then the ice will get cleared, and we will be back for the 2nd period of play. Don't go anywhere. You are watching NCAA hockey on ACTV.
Bulldog fans, remember to follow Adrian College TV on social media. For game highlights and campus events, you can catch it all on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and X at AdrianCollegeTV. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch all our future streams live and support your Bulldogs.
The Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe.
I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Gotten an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well.
Providing opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College Media Production House. Thanks for tuning in.
You stand today, students, on the threshold of a magical time in your life. A time of significant growth and introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and great, great opportunity. A time that you will always look back on.
This is the Arrington Bookstore at Adrian College, the place to get game day ready, represent your clubs and organizations, and be Bulldog proud. With a wide selection of merchandise and a smile at every visit, stop by inside the Kane Student Center to pick up your Adrian College wares and make it another great day to be a Bulldog.
I'm a special ed social worker. And I'm a third-year public affairs major.
I'm an action filmmaker.
Jevi is like a consolidated platform where I could have focused information in a couple swipes.
You can be another small voice that adds to a beautiful space. That's what I'm here for.
Every day, all right? Love you guys. Win on three. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Let's go.
Hi, I'm Aubrey Morgan, the current student government president here at Adrian College. I chose Adrian College because of the campus size. The campus feels like a fun, energetic community where everyone knows each other. If you want to see what Adrian has to offer for you, you can schedule an in-person visit at adrian.edu/campus-visit.
Adrian College is a private liberal arts institution known for its diverse academic programs, strong emphasis on experiential learning, vibrant campus life, and commitment to fostering a supportive community. Want to visit Adrian College for yourself? Visit our website at adrian.edu/campus-visit.
Adrian College is shaping the future of higher education and leading the way in innovation and excellence. Ranked first in most innovative schools and second in best value in undergraduate teaching in the Midwest by U.S. News and World Report, Adrian College is recognized for its commitment to innovation, quality education, and affordability. Offering 71 undergraduate programs, 13 graduate programs, and a 1-to-15 faculty-to-student ratio, our students receive personalized attention and a cutting-edge education. With state-of-the-art facilities, 10 academic institutes, and 50 competitive sports teams, Adrian fosters growth both inside and outside the classroom. From small class sizes to championship-level athletics, we provide the tools and experiences you need to succeed. Join a community that prioritizes your success. Start your journey with us, where your potential is realized. Discover Adrian College.
Are you looking to become a future Bulldog and get recruited by Adrian College? Do you display characteristics of tenacity, drive, and determination? With over 50 teams on campus, there are plenty of opportunities to further both your athletic and academic career. For all recruiting inquiries, head to www.adrianbulldogs.com and click on the Recruit Me tab at the top right of your screen. Your future with the Bulldogs is closer than ever.
diploma you will receive symbolizes your efforts and distinguishes you as a highly educated person, learned in the arts and sciences and prepared for a life of achievement and great accomplishment.
Adrian College has built something very special. You've created not just an academic environment, but a culture of physical excellence, discipline, and resilience. You've turned this college into a place where pushing the limits isn't the exception, it's the expectation.
We leave here with countless memories, loyal friendships, and moments that have shaped our character far beyond what we could have imagined when we stepped onto campus. So now, class of 2025, we've come a long way, and I know as we step into this next chapter, we'll step into a new exciting adventure. I know we will do so in faith, in confidence, and in gratitude. Thank you guys, and congratulations, Adrian College, class of 2025.
Before the achievements, before the celebrations, there's the work. Early mornings, late nights. Every challenge faced, every extra effort made.
Every victory starts with preparation.
We value leadership, resilience, and innovation. No victory without work. Because success isn't given, it's earned. Welcome to Adrian College.
If there was one word I was going to use to describe the communication arts program at Adrian College, it would be unique. Students find themselves on the radio, in front of and behind the camera, and directing their own programs. Students learn in a personalized environment that sets them up for a world of opportunities. Are you ready for your moment in the limelight? Learn more about the Rush Communications Center and Adrian College's communications program by visiting adrian.edu today.
The diploma you will receive symbolizes your efforts and distinguishes you as a highly educated person, learned in the arts and sciences and prepared for a life of achievement and great accomplishment.
Adrian College has built something very special. You've created not just an academic environment, but a culture of physical excellence, discipline, and resilience. You've turned this college into a place where pushing the limits isn't the exception, it's the expectation.
We leave here with countless memories, loyal friendships, and moments that have shaped our character far beyond what we could have imagined when we stepped onto campus. So now, class of 2025, we've come a long way, and I know as we step into this next chapter, we'll step into a new exciting adventure. I know we will do so in faith, in confidence, and in gratitude. Thank you guys, and congratulations, Adrian College, class of 2025.
Hello and welcome back inside the Arrington Ice Arena here on the campus of Adrian College in Adrian, Michigan. It's the visiting MSOE Raiders from Milwaukee coming in to play the number 3 ranked Adrian College Bulldogs in this NCAA contest. Bulldogs lead 1-0 right now. Same discrepancy that they ended the first period with yesterday against the Raiders. And the Raiders weren't able to come back and have a lead after the first period of play. What do the Raiders got to do here to change things up, Nate?
Well, they got to clear the zone. I mean, we talked about it at the end of the first period there. They were struggling to get pucks out of their own end, and it's going to be difficult now that they flip sides and the bench is just a little bit further off. So you'll have to really work hard to win the faceoffs. That's one of the problems that we said we had early on. And looking at the first period stats is that a lot of the faceoffs were won by each team in their offensive end. As we look at some of the after 20 minutes, Bulldogs dominating the shots on goal, as well as block shots, which is actually unlike them to lead the game in block shots. Power plays, Adrian's had 2, has gone over, and MSOE with the 1 they've missed. And then the penalty minutes obviously just reflects the power plays. And face-off percentage is pretty much for the Bulldogs, sitting right at their season average mark of 57%. So for the Raiders, you really got to work hard to get the pucks deep and get it out of your own end. They're able to get it deep sometimes, but then Piros is just playing it behind his own cage, maybe laying out a player once in a while. So Raiders win face-off, get pucks deep.
That is actually perfectly the Bulldogs' season average, as their season average is 57.1 on the money. So a very good start for them. And as we mentioned, the face-offs there, 0 face-off wins for the Bulldogs when they were on the penalty kill, as the Raiders had only 1 face-off happen in their power play, but they ended up winning that, and that also shows the Bulldogs weren't trying to have any face-offs. Maybe an aspect of the game that the Raiders can capitalize on here in the second period of play if they can get the power play advantage, as some physicality up against the bench area. Lovasek couldn't break through. Now playing up against the boards. It's played back. Saney sends it around the boards. Picked up by Lovasek. Battling, pass in front. Saney backhanded. Great glove save there.
Yeah, nice save for Northway. Had let up a goal early on in the first period, but he really did a nice job. Other than that, 12 saves. Take another look at it. Backhanded attempt, flashed the leather on that one. And here we go again. Bulldogs just keeping the pressure on the offensive end.
As it's Patrick Saney on the face-off dot for the Bulldogs, and Bossy will win it for the Raiders. A defensive zone draw win. Only the 3rd defensive zone draw win of the game. This pass forward, Saney picks it up on the clean surface. Off a skate, Saney picks it up, fans on the shot, and the Raiders will take it over. Scooping at it with the pitchfork is Clark. He'll come out of the pack. Pass to Saney. Patrick Saney attacking to the right. He gets pressured, pass right in front and stolen away by the Raiders. Some physicality, has 3 players down. Passed up to Bossy, who leaves it. Or it might have got poked off his stick, actually. Some big physicality there. As the pass to Summers was left long. Or forgive me, that's to Felski. Battling in the corner. Pass to Reel, broken up. Clark picks it up just outside the circle. He'll wrap it around the boards to Swade. Back to the point. Now dumped back to Swade on the wing. Goes for the slot feed. Unable to find anyone successfully, as surface might be a little bit too clean. Everyone falling down. Some non-contact slippage. This is stolen away by Tefelski. Nice move. Swade going after the loose puck. Swade shoots, glove save. Northway stays clean.
Again, flashing the leather. Like I said, the surface very clean, and of all the action we saw on our left side here, but the Bulldogs in the offensive end, the right side didn't really get a whole lot of skating action, so that's why it was clean to end the period, and then you wipe it away again and slip and slide here on AIA.
Some communication between Julian Jacob and I believe that's Ian Amsbaugh, as the Raiders will win the face-off. Another defensive zone draw win, and well, they'll have a second chance to see if they can do it again. Icing is the call. We'll move right back and see where the Bulldogs want this face-off. Looks like they're going to go with the blocker side of Northway.
Yeah, it's been consistent on both sides. They go to the blocker side.
Smart, especially with how fast the reflexes for the glove have been from Northway in this, especially this period, but in this game really didn't have a lot of cover-ups for the either netminder yesterday in the contest, but today we've seen quite a few from Northway alone. This is played and shot over the head of everyone. Amsbaugh fans looking for the slot feed. Another Bulldog takes a tumble as this is sent into the corner. O'Hannison just can't keep his footing. Passed over to the wing. Some sloppy play for the Bulldogs. Jack O'Hannison plays it to Amsbaugh. Amsbaugh plays patient. He wraps around. Fed across. Some traffic in front by Jack O'Hannison, but another save for the Raiders.
Yeah, continuing the possession down here in the offensive end for the Bulldogs. Raiders only got it out just to get an icing call, and then that line was just out there, and they just went to the bench now. So this is, I think, maybe only the third or fourth line that we've seen here in the second period, and almost 3 minutes in.
So it'll be Carter Reel on the faceoff for the Bulldogs, but won and passed over to Bernard. Seth Bernard skates forward, weaving through the traffic, plays it into the corner, and he'll take a tumble into the boards. Jacob now, the attacker. Jones to Bernard, who has to get physical as the puck finds its way to the corner. Now fired by Bernard. He found himself open in the slot as Raiders have to be careful. Backdoor pass, or in between the leg pass, is stolen away by Jacob. Reel takes a tumble. Sorensen. Pass to Jacob. Fans around his man, but ghosted the puck straight into the cover-up of Northway.
Well, considering how few shots that the Raiders have, anytime you get an opportunity, you got to throw on net. You still only have 3 shots on goal. We're sitting at the 16:36 mark of the second period. Well, Piro stands tall, and as long as he doesn't let one in, his save percentage will look good. But if he lets one in with the low shot totals, then that save percentage might take a little bit of a dip.
I will say also the block shots have really limited their numbers as they have fired some on net, and some of those blocked shots aren't even going their way as they've had some friendly fire incidences taking them off the back of their teammates. This puck will find its way underneath the red line. Malika looking to set things up. He passes cross ice and barely able to get it out of his zone was Bowman. It's picked up and fired into the glove of Piros.
Yeah, even the long range shots, it's easily for Piros, just right into the glove. Not much of a hard save on that one. I think I might have been able to make that save.
You play baseball. You should have been able to
catch it
make
with
that
my left
save.
hand.
Yeah. That's the big aspect of it, is just getting used to being hand-eye coordination and catching it with the left. But
what do you think? Should we throw on the pads after tonight's game?
You'd have to talk to our fellow commentator Alex Herman on that one. I'm not signing up for.
I'll throw on the pads. You get a stick and shoot some pucks.
I could do that. I don't know where we're getting the pads from. Is my confusion. As a little scrum into the corner here. Nick O'Hannison is just tormenting the Raiders as they can't handle the puck. Took an odd bounce off the boards, and now they reset things. Ott applying the pressure, the pass to Lovasek as he will weave around, attacking, and the slot feed to Troon was left a little bit to be desired. Thundercloud picking it up, and he makes a diving hack at the puck. Now Saney played it back. It's picked up by the Raiders. Attacking. Physicality, Raiders trying to apply the offensive zone pressure, but that could lead to a transition opportunity as this takes a Raider bounce, and they'll play it into the corner. Clark back to Loretto. Leaves it for Swade. Can't handle it, and little reversal on the hit there as Toombs came flying in, and Swade was able to apply more physicality than Toombs. It's played back. Lyons tries to leave it behind. It'll eventually get picked up by Jockums. No arm raised. Or mind you, yes, there was. I couldn't see the official hiding in the corner there.
The initial call is tripping down there below the red line. Looks like it's going against the Raiders. And number 6, Cole Belke. Nope, maybe not.
No, I believe it's going to go against the Bulldogs. As grab another quick look here. I think it might have been Sorensen who got a little bit eager with his stick there. Or no, it's right there back behind. I didn't catch the number of the Bulldog that did it, but the officials did, and no surprise here. I believe it's going to be Jacob Swade getting sent to the sin bin. This will be his 15th and 16th penalty minutes on the season. And it gets played back, and Julian Jacob is getting swarmed. Now off the boards. Good stick work by Summers. And a whistle sounds. They are going to say, I believe, might have gotten touched by someone out of play or offside, but
it was offsides, yeah. They were trying to get it back over the blue line, and the retreating Raider just touched it on the left side of the blue line.
So this face-off, no one really taking the puck. It'll get sent down. Piros came out of his crease for a moment as the Raiders will pick up the puck. A nice move. Playing around with it. It's passed up to the point. Jones on the NCAA logo. He attacks, fires, breaks a stick. Picking up the loose puck. Now back to Jones. We had a yard sale here. This one fired. It finds its way through everyone. That had some heat on it from Jones. Has heard a lot of people screaming for a penalty. Belke shot off the iron. Jockums can't keep it down. And now a breakaway opportunity for Saney. Patrick Saney picks up the loose puck, shoots, and it's saved. It's still loose in the crease, covered up as Troon was making a house call.
Boy, what an effort for Saney on the other end. Short-handed, just kind of right place, right time over the hand of Jockums. Quick shot on the left-handed stick of Saney. Initial save was made and luckily covered it up before the other player could come back in.
Yeah, that was Theo Troon just beelining for the crease, and actually he got cut off by Bernard and Jones protecting their netminder. It's what you like to see, and that came out of two of their leaders on this team. Jones, the captain, Bernard, the goal leader. As this is passed up, skating forward, dumped into the corner. Lions taking some hacks at it. It'll get to the point. Now passed across. Bossy over to the wing. Back to Bossy. Smith wanted the one-time feed. He'll get it on the point. He'll pass it to Ropke. Ropke attacks, shoots, pad save. Great use of the blocker there by Piros as he's staying alert.
Piros is seeing it really well here. Used the blocker, deflected one out of play. But again, Raiders are 2 for 2 on the faceoffs when they're on the power play right now this period. See if they can make it a third with under 30 seconds to go in the man advantage.
Yeah, they're doing a great job as it's going to be Jackson Hughes on the faceoff for the Raiders. Looks like Tefelsky for the Bulldogs. And it's a tangle up, but I think the Bulldogs are going to come out with it. It will clear. Didn't touch anything, so we're going to have ourselves a reset for the Raiders. We'll see who sets it up. Almost some unintentional contact there. Now Smith plays it. Clark will scoop it. 5 seconds, leaves it behind. Raiders pick it up. Pass, Bossy shot, will score!
With 1 second on the power play clock, Raiders capitalize, get a power play goal. The backhanded shot, number 91 coming in, Jacob Bossy. Went bar down, and a good angle, tie game.
David Clark's going to be beating himself up for that one. As you mentioned, 1 second left on the power play. He leaves it behind for one of his teammates to take it instead of taking it around and clearing it because he still had time to do so. And that led to the turnover, which the Raiders capitalized on. These tempers are going to start picking up here. Summers battling. It's going to be picked up and passed to Cargus. Thundercloud applying pressure as Piros came out of his cage in a dangerous spot. Raiders are able to keep it in the zone, but they're going to make a change. As this gets tapped in by Jack O'Hannison. Summers gets tangled. And the Raiders playing great defense. Phenomenal stick work there in front by Charchenko. As he's battling right now, just outside the crease. It was Jacob Swade trying to get positioning, and now Swade will go to the bench area a little bit slower than you might like to see.
Yeah, Swade got tripped up on the last play there, took a skate to skate, and he went down. A little bit of frustration after not getting a call, and he was the one that served the penalty. Not sure if he actually committed it. It was kind of looking towards his offensive end and saying, hey, you're the one who actually committed the penalty. Why am I going to the box? But that's the kind of captain you want, is taking the penalty when you want it. And he sits on the bench, a little frustration as he slammed the bench door shut.
I don't think he's feeling the greatest right now either. He went to the bench area a little slower than normal. Bulldogs usually get off the ice in a hurry. Has some patience, pass to the wing. Sends one in front. Glove save somehow through the traffic. Piros just launched his mid out there.
Really nice job. Well done by Piros. Through the traffic, put the glove right in front of his mask. Shot just in front of the blue line for Mon.
I don't think there's been a more fitting song played in the AIA at a perfect time. Ryan Piros definitely had his eyes open, as this will take a bounce underneath the backdoor feed once again, or the backward feed, I should say, as Saney played to Troon, back to Saney, stolen away. It's picked up by Bowman. Bowman launches it, scooped off the deck, looking like a infielder there, as now battling in the corner. It'll go around. It's picked up by Belke, played forward. It'll escape the zone. Bowman played it back. Belke once again. He's got Bernard. He gives the other way. Back, spinning feed. As Saney now. Pass stolen away. Some sloppy feeds for both teams, as Mann couldn't handle it. Troon goes to Saney. Weaves around one. Shoots into the body. Still loose. Jockums goes for Bossy. It's stolen away by Saney. Now Jockums off the boards. Mann picks it up. He'll play it off the boards. It's picked up going the other way for Hughes. Scooped up. Bulldogs running into each other. Now battling in the corner. A little bit of a scrum. Ropke played it over to Dickey, into the body and eaten up, as we're going to have some niceties after the play. Ready to explore your Adrian future. Scholarship Day lets admitted students tour campus, meet faculty, and earn a renewable scholarship. Register now at adrian.edu/admission/visit-campus/scholarship-day. You can see the dates there on your screen for when the next scholarship days will take place. Of course, no more for this fall semester. We'll have quite a few in the spring semester. Loretto grabs the loose puck. He gets trapped into the boards by Hughes. It'll be picked up by Amsbaugh, right in front of that GLC logo. Now Loretto to Amsbaugh. Fans on the pass to Clark, who will pick it up. Plays it forward. O'Hannison will dump it into the corner, and it'll be recovered by the Raiders going the other way. Is Nick Comfort. Thundercloud applying the pressure on Amsbaugh, and Thundercloud, great use of the stick. Ropke with a header, and it's taken away by Amsbaugh, who gets sandwiched. A spinning effort, another effort, and the Bulldogs score! Bradley Summers!
What the heck did we just see? Summers, the goal scorer. It was a header from a Raider, and Amsbaugh took a tumble. Ends up with a 2-on-2 when Raiders go down, so a clear path to the goalie. Just an awkward play. One of the craziest one you'll see here at the AIA. But Bulldogs lead it 2-1.
this is played back. Jacob. It gets passed up, and Smith will be the first one there for the icing, as just about as hectic as it could get. You see the header on the far left side of your screen.
Yeah, just catch the last bit of it. Then Amsbot enters the puck, gets tangled up with two Raiders. And Summers, right place, right time, took the puck, made his move, and scored.
And even he took a tumble after he scored, just diving into the cage there.
Everyone was crashing to the net.
As this one gets trapped, I don't even think Piros knew it was under his pad there. Kicked it out, almost like, I don't like this situation right now. I don't know how the puck got here, but I'll take it, I guess. We'll have another face-off to his left. More than double the amount of shots in this period than last for the Raiders. They've had 8 shots on goal so far. That is the unofficial number. As the face-off goes in favor of the Bulldogs. It's picked up, pass to Sorensen. He passes it to Swade, who skates forward, dumped in, chasing after it. And now the Raiders will send it the other way. Jacob gets there in thundercloud. 44 on 44 violence. Tefelsky now. Pass into the neutral zone. Swade picks up the loose puck. Pass, feed. Tefelsky shot blocked. Another opportunity, and the Bulldogs score again. Anton Sorensen, first goal of the season.
Well, Sorensen playing well all game tonight. He's been patient, and now he comes in, finds his spot right into the slot, just waiting for it, finishes the one time in the empty net, pumps the fist, and extends the Bulldogs' lead 3-1.
Only the second game played for the junior out of Wheaton, Illinois. Has to feel good for him as the Bulldogs looking to put a handle on this one. Jockums gets put into the board. Piros playing dangerously as the Raiders will pick it up. It's Mann unable to get the sharp angle shot. And now another opportunity. Puck still loose in front. Malako will take a hit from Jones. Bernard steals it away. He pokes it underneath. Mann picks it up. Pass to Bernard. Another shot attempt from a sharp angle. This one off the boards. It'll escape the zone. Jones will pick it up. Pass off the body. Now Saney attacks to Troon. Shot into the body and saved there for the Raiders.
Good look there on the right side with Lovasek and Troon. Save made on the body side. Good response here for the Bulldogs after letting up that goal. They score 2 unanswered now, under 10 minutes to play here in the second period. See if they can get one more. I think a penalty, especially late in the second period, might tell a sign of what's to come in the third.
7:25 remain. Hughes weaving. He backdoor feed. Bossy shot goes around the cage, somehow missing. Ropke, D-to-D pass. Fired in front. The back door was open. Bulldog defenders helping out Piros as Real ghosts one. It's picked up by Yee. He'll play it patient, weaving around Clark. Now getting through Yee. Pass, backdoor. It's still loose. Piros kicks it away. Vellucci takes a hit into the boards. Pass behind. Bossy can't handle it. Loretto in the neutral zone. He'll give to Vellucci, who dumps it underneath. Some physicality as Thundercloud attacks. Jacob will pick up the loose puck. Takes a bounce. Picked up by Lovasek, who attacks into the corner and has it stolen away. Ott leaves behind. Kargas fires, kicked. Now Ott into the scrum with Kargas. 3 Bulldogs surrounding. The dog pile goes in favor of the Dogs. Amsbaugh's pass broken up by Kargas as O'Hannison couldn't handle it. Lions couldn't get the touch, so we will have offsides, or icing, mind you, and move down to the other end.
Yeah, take a look back at that last chance here for the Raiders. Good opportunity. It was Jackson Yee on the left side. Streaking down Bossy right there. Good shot. Almost went for the wraparound.
So it'll be Amsbaugh on the face-off. Going his way over to Nick O'Hannison. Rifles into the glove. As we'll take a look at another one of those streaky plays there. So, having some technical difficulties, but we'll get back to that later. It's going to be Jack O'Hannison. And the officials are having some difficulties as well. Unsure what was going on. Now, picking it up, dumped into the corner. Gets missed. Raiders running 2-on-2. Lions attacking wide left into the glove of Piros, and extracurriculars after the play. Bulldogs have to be careful here as they are just letting them have it. Player for each team on the ice as Piros is going to give the puck to the other netminder. And Nick O'Hannison is still going at it here. I believe that is going to be Charles Fink that he's getting into it with. It was Amsbaugh and I believe Lions tangled up in the crease. And O'Hannison's going for the Bulldogs. Lions for the Raiders. Also Fink for the Raiders and Amsbaugh for the Bulldogs. I believe we're having 2 players for each team.
It wasn't much of a tangle up as you see the middle and end stages of it. The Lions didn't really like poke at the goalie as much as might have awarded something that happened, but tensions flaring here and towards the end of the second. Like I said, the penalty at the end of the second period could tell a tale, but we've seen the third last night in the third period. Last 20 minutes, very physical. MSOE kind of pushed the envelope there. Bulldogs were saying, okay, this one's out of hand. That's why they're playing a little more relaxed. But now 3-1, it could go either way. The next goal could decide the winner, or at least, what kind of a game we're going to have moving into the third.
Yeah, and taking a look there, it's actually going to be Ethan Toombs, not number 3 Sam Lyons. So I took a look up and seen Lyons over by the bench area and got a little confused for a moment, but it'll be Toombs down there. As you can see him at the very bottom of your screen. And both captains trying to get an official word with the officials. It almost looks like Swade was chirping Jones a little bit once the officials turned their back, kind of putting his face in towards Jones, as both captains for these 2 teams are forwards. However, they are very physical forwards.
Looks like they're motioning. We're going to go 4-on-4. The center draw in front of the Raiders bench.
4-on-4, of course, opening the ice up for a lot more.
That favors the Bulldogs for sure.
Yeah, a lot more speed, and while it favors the Bulldogs under every circumstance, I don't know if it favors them as of late, as the Raiders have been playing so fast lately. Bossy applying pressure, Hughes camping out right in front of Piros. Clark skating around, just eating at this clock. Tefelski racing forward and gets battled off the puck. It's sticked away by Northway. Bossy with the loose puck, and we're going to go to 4-on-3.
Didn't see exactly what happened down there. Tefelski, last-ditch effort, try to push it towards the goal. And down here in the corner, clear as day, tripping call.
That is almost textbook tripping. So the Raiders are having a little bit of a party here down in their sin bin. 3 players hanging out and having a fun little get-together. Now you're playing 4-on-3. It's a Bulldog power play for the next minute and 26 seconds. As Tefelsky wins the faceoff. Swade back to the point. It's Clark. Slows it down. He passes to Tefelsky, who can't handle it on the first attempt, but will pick it up. Raiders playing patient. Clark, pass left. Tefelsky, fire shot, will score!
Right off of the power play, Tefelsky, his second goal on the night, puts up to 4 points on the weekend. Northway just kind of got screened by his own player. And in front of him, beat over the glove side again.
Yeah, Tefelsky with the patience there, and you could tell his frustrations after that went in. We're back to 4-on-4 for a minute and 12. As pass between the legs. Bernard dumps into the corner. Jacob picks it up. 4:30 left in the period. Jacob can't handle it. This pass to Bernard is stolen away by Jacob. He skates wide. Pass behind to Saney, and they will be called for offsides.
Well, I talked about the next goal. It might decide what we see in the third, with the Bulldogs extending the lead 4-1. It's almost very similar what we might see on the final scores we did last night, moving in tonight. 5-2 yesterday, sitting at 4-1 right now, and we still got 24 minutes to play.
48 seconds left in the 4-on-4 action. Summers will poke it back to Jacob. Leaves it behind for Summers. Now he attacks aggressively. Still battling. It's picked up. Fires into the body, still loose. And Bossy will grab it for the Raiders. 3-on-2. Skating ahead. It's passed to the left, or to the right, mind you. Bossy fans on the shot right in the slot. Vellucci skates forward. Pass, shot, will score! Nathaniel Bannister.
Bulldogs break it out, 2-on-1 opportunity after Raiders just missed from shot from Bossy. Picked his spot. Left-hand stick beats Northway again.
Third goal on the season for Bannister. And the Bulldogs now up 5-1. We have a netminder change going in for the Raiders is going to be Austin Schwab, their normal everyday starter in the net. As Amsbaugh comes out for the Bulldogs, and didn't see, I believe it was Toombs coming out for the Raiders. No one could find where the puck was. It was in the ceiling still. Looked like Piros was checking to see if he caught it. Lyons was checking to see if it was inside his jersey.
It hit off a Lyons' back and then ricocheted up into the rafters.
.27 shots on goal to 14 is the unofficial tally here in the AIA. Ott couldn't pick up the puck. Takes a little tumble. And this will go out of play as Malika was trying to play it off the boards. If you're the Bulldogs, you're up by 4 right now. You need to limit the extracurriculars going forward, as anything too insane will find yourself suspended for the next game. So Fink got called for a misconduct.
10-minute misconduct.
And O'Hannison the same call as this shot is rifled. Everyone was sprawling out. We will have a whistle, and I believe the Bulldogs are going to the box.
Interference against Will Bowman. He was tangled up down there in the slide. You see both of them go down right as the ref puts his hand up. A slightly delayed penalty, and as soon as the Bulldogs were retaining possession, I don't think anyone really saw that it was going to be a delayed penalty.
No, and Bowman, I think the reason Bowman gets that call and not the MSOE player is because Bowman had his stick. He had his stick wrapped underneath his arms. So now 5-on-4 in favor of the Raiders. This is their chance to battle back. Jockham's rifle one. He rifled a pass over to Belke, who sent it on, and it's covered up by Piros.
Well, Raiders slowly climbing back into the shots on goal column. And they now trail 27-16. Considering they only put up 2 in the first period, 14 in the second, that's pretty good.
This goes into the corner. Both teams battling for possession. It gets played behind, now up to the point. Belke leaves it. Jones shot. This one deflects up, but not high enough for the furniture. Belke can't find anyone. It's played into the corner. Nice patience. Back to Belke on the point. He will look, and this will carry him off the boards. Another delayed call against the Bulldogs. And Amsball will touch it. Playing some tennis there with Belke was Amsball, as now the Bulldogs are having a tea party in the sin bin.
Well, gone against another defenseman, this time in Ben Loretto. I'm going to call for a cross check right down there in front of the crease. Yeah, now you got Bowman, Loretto, and O'Hannison in the penalty box, racking up those penalty minutes.
5-on-3 for 1:23, as that's only Loretto's 3rd penalty on the season. Normally a defender that stays pretty clean. Ropke plays patient. He'll feed. The one-time kicked away, still loose, and the Bulldogs clear it. Met by an applause from the Bulldog faithful. Now trying to set up a rush. Pass into the middle, Ropke. He'll play it behind. Smith feeds, wants it back. Gets it back over to Ropke. Ropke's pass in to the right of Piros, but great stick work by the Bulldogs. Now battling into the corner. It's up top for Smith. He'll play it back. Ropke. He has Smith behind him, but the one time off the iron. Bossy will want it back. Ropke to the wing. Bossy shot. A sprawling out Piros, and Bossy put too much on it, up and over. Ropke attacks. He's got Bossy. The shot into the body, and Piros will make the save and cover it up for the face-off.
Boy, 5-on-3 Raiders getting a lot of good opportunities here. Piros standing tall in net, sprawled out. There was the first shot on the last one into the body. But a couple opportunities before that. Piros laying out just over the crossbar, and another shot from Bossy hit the iron.
This gets played back. Belke's pass. This caroms up and over. Belke able to grab it. 2 seconds to work on the 5-on-3. Man, cross-ice feed. Still working. Bowman comes in to help. It's into the corner. Man plays it across. 1 minute remains in the period. Raiders getting battled off by Summers. Jockham's couldn't grab it. Volucci has an opportunity. Attacking the other way. He'll slow it down. Trying to get back to full strength is the Bulldogs, as Jones can't grab the loose puck. But Bernard will. His pass picked up by Belke. Left behind. Jockham sends one, still loose. Sprawling out was Piros, and he stays clean. Swade has the loose puck. 15 seconds to work with. Swade goes for the wrap. Plays it off the boards. Thundercloud with 8 seconds gets put into the boards. Takes a tumble, and it's off for Sorensen as time will expire, and maybe the most hectic final 5 minutes of hockey I have ever seen in the AIA.
Yeah, that was crazy. A whole lot of penalties, a scrum near the net, 5-on-3. Piro is making saves, sprawling out, showing his athleticism and flexibility. Just doing an amazing job wearing the number 1 in the net. Taking our look at some of the saves here, under 30 seconds on the power play. MSOE's done a really good job working it around. There was the one where he sprawled out. Just missed the shot over the net. But MSOE, a really good second period. They're able to get it out and play more of an up and down pace, which is what they like to do instead of just playing bogged down in their own end. Unfortunately, the Bulldogs capitalized on a couple of power play chances. They put a goal in net. But for the MSOE Raiders, they put a lot more shots on net. Opposed to the Bulldogs, they now only trail 27-21 in that category. So Raiders, a couple of good signs here, but just a couple of bad beats as Northway let up a couple of goals. Just beat his glove, beat his blocker side one time, and Bulldogs looking to put the finishing touches on here. 20 minutes left to go.
Yeah, and if you're the Bulldogs, you're trying to do more of what you've seen there, except for what you've seen in the final 5, as you can't have 5-on-3 opportunities given up to any of your opponents, especially in a game like this where if MSOE capitalizes on that 5-on-3 and then the 5-on-4 that would have been right after, they're currently sitting with a 5-on-3 game. And that's exactly where they'd want to be going into the third period of play. Instead, sitting here with a 5-1 game, and the Bulldogs are up shots on goal, as you mentioned, a smaller discrepancy than we've seen, as I believe that's going to lead to the Raiders winning shots on goal in the second period, if my math is correct, as we will step aside for the third period of play. Don't go anywhere. You're watching NCAA hockey on ACTV.
Bulldog fans, remember to follow AdrianCollegeTV on social media. For game highlights and campus events, you can catch it all on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and X at AdrianCollegeTV. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch all our future streams live and support your Bulldogs.
The Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe.
I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Gotten an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well.
Providing opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College Media Production House. Thanks for tuning in.
You stand today, students, on the threshold of a magical time in your life. A time of significant growth and introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and great, great opportunity. A time that you will always look back on.
This is the Arrington Bookstore at Adrian College, the place to get game day ready, represent your clubs and organizations, and be Bulldog proud. With a wide selection of merchandise and a smile at every visit, stop by inside the Kane Student Center to pick up your Adrian College wares and make it another great day to be a Bulldog.
I'm a special ed social worker, and I'm a third-year public affairs major.
I'm an action filmmaker.
Jevi is like a consolidated platform where I could have focused information in a couple swipes.
You can be another small voice that adds to a beautiful space. That's what I'm here for.
One-on-one battles lead to unit battles, which lead to team battles, and then a big victory at the end. Nothing different today than what you do every day, all right? Love you guys. Win on three. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Let's go.
Hi, I'm Aubrey Morgan, the current student government president here at Adrian College. I chose Adrian College because of the campus size. Campus feels like a fun, energetic community where everyone knows each other. If you want to see what Adrian has to offer for you, you can schedule an in-person visit at adrian.edu/campus-visit.
Adrian College is a private liberal arts institution known for its diverse academic programs, strong emphasis on experiential learning, vibrant campus life, and commitment to fostering a supportive community. Want to visit Adrian College for yourself? Visit our website at adrian.edu/campus-visit.
Adrian College is shaping the future of higher education and leading the way in innovation and excellence. Ranked first in most innovative schools and second in best value in undergraduate teaching in the Midwest by U.S. News & World Report, Adrian College is recognized for its commitment to innovation, quality education, and affordability. Offering 71 undergraduate programs, 13 graduate programs, and a 1-to-15 faculty-to-student ratio, our students receive personalized attention and a cutting-edge education. With state-of-the-art facilities, 10 academic institutes, and 50 competitive sports teams, Adrian fosters growth both inside and outside the classroom. From small class sizes to championship-level athletics, we provide the tools and experiences you need to succeed. Join a community that prioritizes your success. Start your journey with us, where your potential is realized. Discover Adrian College.
Are you looking to become a future Bulldog and get recruited by Adrian College? Do you display characteristics of tenacity, drive, and determination? With over 50 teams on campus, there are plenty of opportunities to further both your athletic and academic career. For all recruiting inquiries, head to www.adrianbulldogs.com and click on the Recruit Me tab at the top right of your screen. Your future with the Bulldogs is closer than ever.
diploma you will receive symbolizes your efforts and distinguishes you as a highly educated person. Learned in the arts and sciences and prepared for a life of achievement and great accomplishment.
Adrian College has built something very special. You've created not just an academic environment, but a culture of physical excellence, discipline, and resilience. You've turned this college into a place where pushing the limits isn't the exception, it's the expectation.
We leave here with countless memories, loyal friendships, and moments that have shaped our character far beyond what we could have imagined when we stepped onto campus. So now, class of 2025, we've come a long way, and I know as we step into this next chapter, we'll step into a new exciting adventure. I know we will do so in faith, in confidence, and in gratitude. Thank you guys, and congratulations, Adrian College, class of 2025.
Before the achievements, before the celebrations, there's the work. Early mornings, late nights. Every challenge faced, every extra effort made.
Every victory starts with preparation.
We value leadership, resilience, and innovation. No victory without work. Because success isn't given, it's earned. Welcome to Adrian College.
If there was one word I was going to use to describe the communication arts program at Adrian College, it would be unique. Students find themselves on the radio, in front of and behind the camera, and directing their own programs. Students learn in a personalized environment that sets them up for a world of opportunities. Are you ready for your moment in the limelight? Learn more about the Rush Communications Center and Adrian College's communications program by visiting adrian.edu today.
Bulldog fans, remember to follow Adrian College TV on social media. For game highlights and campus events, you can catch it all on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and X at Adrian College TV. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch all our future streams live and support your Bulldogs.
The Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe.
I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Gotten an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well.
Providing opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College Media Production House. Thanks for tuning in.
You stand today, students, on the threshold of a magical time in your life. A time of significant growth and introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and great opportunity. A time that you will always look back on.
and welcome back inside the Arrington Ice Arena here on the campus of Adrian College. My name is Sean Whitmer. Joining me in the booth is Nathan Lindner as we get prepared for the third period of play, just 2 minutes out from puck drop. And it was an exciting period there in the second as Bulldogs scored 4 goals, Raiders scored 1, but the shots on goal discrepancy really the difference maker, as well as the face-offs. But shots on goal first, 19 for the Raiders, 14 for the Bulldogs. If we take a look at face-off discrepancy, Raiders won 20 face-offs, Bulldogs only winning 13.
Yeah, overall, it actually was a really good period for the Raiders. Just unfortunately caught a couple of bad breaks on the defensive end, and Adrian College was able to net a couple of goals here. We'll take a look at the stats after 40 minutes. Obviously, Bulldogs lead 5-1. The shot totals is closer than it was at the end of 20. Bulldogs lead 27-21. Block shots, again, the Bulldogs are doing a really nice job at clogging the lanes. They only had 7 total block shots in last night's contest. The power plays, MSOE had a couple more opportunities here in the second period. Obviously, penalty minutes reflect that. The penalty minutes really spiked up after that little scrum down there into goal. And then the face-off percentage, MSOE is really dominated. Like you said, 120 face-offs, Bulldogs only 13 or 14, so they're up to 55% win rate on the day, and that's just above their season mark at 52%.
Yeah, and it's been, the story was that there was a lot of face-off wins in offensive zone draws for each team, but the defensive zone draws really stepped it up there in that second period of play, allowing them to gather as many face-off wins as they did, as Raiders are ready to roll. Bulldog head coach Adam Phillips still barking out orders towards his team.
Pun intended?
Yes, that time pun was intended. It's Patrick Saney and Carson Jones. Malika skates forward. The fans trying to dump it into the corner. Troon picks up the loose puck. Attacking from underneath is Lovasek. As start of the second period, we've seen a lot of slippage. Already seen Saney take a tumble. Playing here on the near side boards, now flipped away. And it has the legs for icing. That's exactly what we'll get.
You know what I think it is actually is the slippage. We had 2 contests, fan contests, right after the period. So the clock started there, but the Zamboni didn't get out to start sweeping the ice in time. So it's kind of maybe a minute or 2 later as when they normally come out. So the ice is just a little more wet than it usually would be. Usually it'd have a couple more minutes to sit. So I think that is the issue.
As Bulldogs not too happy with that, a shot after the whistle. Raiders are going to contest that the shot came as the whistle happened. But the Bulldogs disagree. Bowman not happy whatsoever.
I think it was just right as the shot and the whistle. Obviously the whistle occurred first, but the player had his mind made up. He was going to take the shot anyway. Kind of hard to just backtrack and not shoot it.
And I think a warning was given out there as Dickey fires, deflects. Attacking again is Dickey, who takes another shot. Now a shot taken from behind the cage, and big contact into the corner. It's picked up. Hughes' shot goes wide. Trachenko wraps the boards. It's picked up, fired underneath. Imsbaugh, or Lovasek, mind you, takes a tumble. Stick got caught in the boards, and Lovasek got taken down under the armpit. Could have been very dangerous otherwise.
Yeah, Kurt right in front of us. Lovasek caught the stick underneath the arm. Pullman down in the backfield there. First hit on Lovasek, and then, clothesline.
Yeah, and he's going to go to the box, rightfully so. However, incidental, trying to fight up the ice. His stick gets caught in the plexi where the separators are, and that's what caused the incidental contact.
Might have been right here where the door of the penalty box. That's a larger gap where you're more likely to find a stick to get inserted there. So unfortunate break for the Raiders. Could call the penalty for that. The coach over there kind of arguing, you know.
Incidental is what the coach is going to argue, but thankfully, I mean, at the end of the day, Lovasek got up pretty quick and skated off to the side, so thankfully he's all right. It'll be Swade on the face-off for the Bulldogs. As now it won't be Swade anymore, as he just got tossed from the dot, so Ian Amsball will take the face-off. Plays it behind Clark, D to D, sent across, battling, it'll go into the boards. As the Bulldogs look to set this up, Clark plays it behind to Felski's pass stolen away. Carson Jones with a breakaway opportunity, shoots just high. Raiders couldn't capitalize on the golden chance. And it was their captain who squandered it. Ian Amsbaugh now skating a little bit slower than usual. His pass broken up. Jones couldn't pick it. It's a 4-on-2. One will stay back. Bernard's pass. This shot broken up, and Piros with some contact. Bernard's going to go to the box. Delayed whistle, and Bernard might be going not to the box, but to the locker room.
Well, I think Bernard's going to go to the box for goaltender interference. We'll pick it up here. And then Piros, frustrated after it, shoved his, he hit him. Completely hit him with the stick. So there's the goaltender interference right there, just a little brush. And then won't be able to catch it on the end. But Piros took his stick and just whacked right in the midsection of Bernard. And that's going to send a Bulldog to the bench, or to the box. So probably the extra skater going to head over there.
Yeah, I'm glad you caught that. I was looking up towards where the action was, and I was mentally expecting Piros to be skating. I thought that's what you were reacting to on the backside. And then I looked, and I just seen Bernard with his hands up, almost looking at the official. I didn't realize that's what was happening. I thought he might have been chirping and gotten tossed. But good to know that it's going to be same situation we were still at. 1 minute, 8 seconds remain in the power play for the Bulldogs. 5-on-4. Summers takes the face-off, and he will lose it. Saney pitchforks it out of the scrum. To Jacob, now Summers. Attacks back to Jacob. Return to Summers. Cross-ice feed. O'Hannison to Summers. Patient shot. Deflects away. Jockums comes out of the pack with it. He's got Bossy racing. Pass to Bossy. The shot off the iron. And Bossy takes a tumble into the boards. Jacob picks up the loose puck. He weaves through the defense. His shot sticked into the netting.
The Raiders are just keeping opportunities shorthanded here. The Bulldogs just bogged down, trying to get offensive attack here. 2-on-1. Eventually, Bossy, what an opportunity. Crashes hard into the boards. Bossy has always been down there near the net. He's got tremendous speed. You see it right there. And just missed.
Face-off goes in the favor of the Raiders. It'll wrap the boards and escape the Bulldogs end. Played behind by Piros to Clark, who just got the official word that his penalty was for slashing. Spin pass through the legs. This is what's caused some opportunities for the Raiders, is trying to get cute in the neutral zone. Now Amsball will attack. He'll get bodied by Smith, picked up by Swade. Attacking, power play over. Yee tried to steal it away. Now a delayed offside. Smith will pick up the puck. D to D pass. Up ice feed to Lyons, who taps it into the corner. Now underneath, Lyons will pick up the loose puck. He feeds. Stolen away. Ropke rifles one. Perfect pass to Jones. Leaves it behind for Lyons. Lyons attack. Shot blockered away. Another shot kicked away. Lovasek chasing after the loose puck. Bulldogs will recover it. 16-16 remains in the third period. dumped by Vellucci into the corner. Ropke trying to pick up the loose puck. A lot of bodies flying around. Bossy sends it the other way. Now sticked away by the new netminder in Austin Schwab. Bossy rifling. It's off the skate of Malika, and Lovasek will pick up the loose puck. Pass to Malika. Up ice feed to Vellucci, who gets a stick on it to avoid the icing call. Nick O'Hannison chasing. Kargas chasing after the loose puck. It's Jacob who was tumbling, bumbling, and stumbling down there in the corner. Going for the offense is Amsbaugh. He has Summers behind him. Amsbaugh will take it underneath the red line. A lot of players marking him. Jacob wanted the one time. It's crossed to Summers. Looked for O'Hannison and turned it over. Raiders, nice move there as Toombs gets battled into the boards. Jacob will pick up the puck. Long feed to Amsbaugh. Plays it up ice. Stuck in the neutral zone in a scrum. O'Hannison picks it up. Summers takes it into the offensive zone looking for Amsbaugh. It'll go into the corner. Great stick work by Schwab. O'Hannison stuck. Amsbaugh picks it up. It was loose in front. Raiders able to come out with it. Loretto skating in reverse. Raiders delayed offside here. Now Loretto skates ahead. He'll pass it off for Swade. Swade makes a move around one. He'll wrap the boards. Now a scrum. Clark getting trapped. Swade off the boards. Loretto to Sorensen. His shot is deflected as this will deflect into the netting, and Swade will take a hit after the play. Everyone gets a chance to come out of the box now as the 10-minute misconducts are finally over, so Nick O'Hannison can go take a seat as well as Charles Fink.
Yeah, they got a long rest, especially with the period break in there. So safe to say once they come out back onto the ice, they'll be fresh and maybe they'll have that extra step.
Face-off won by the Raiders. Played off the boards. Hughes can't handle it. He's got Yee in front. He's got Bossy running down the right side. He plays it to Yee. Pass back to Hughes. Takes it underneath, getting trapped by a couple Bulldog players. Malika comes out with it. His pass up, and he gets put into the boards. Some physicality around the blue line. Now sent into the opposite side corner. Bossy attacking as some extracurriculars happening on the blue line. Delayed penalty. Piros will take a trot to the bench area. Malika unable to keep the puck on his stick, so we will get the power play for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, just some sloppy play here on both sides, really. That's what I saw at the beginning of the second period, obviously with the ice not being as it was too clean. Couldn't keep your footing there. Passes not hitting tapes. And things just kind of cleaning up here. O'Hannison back out there in the left block, so we'll see how he works.
Played right back to him. He'll get involved early. Nick O'Hannison to the NCAA logo. Summers attacks. His pass off a skate into the corner. Now fed back. It's Jack O'Hannison. The brothers to each other. Nick O'Hannison to Summers. Summers shoots. Kicked away. Picked up by Jack to Summers. To Nick O'Hannison. Over to brother Jack. Nick wants it back. Turns it to Summers. Over to Jack O'Hannison, who wasn't ready for it. Cross-ice feed. Bradley Summers shoots. Another opportunity. Lovasek can't get it to go, and his pass will escape the zone. Be picked up by Nick O'Hannison. Minute 16 remains in the power play. Leaves it behind. Recovered by Saney. He finds Summers. Cross-ice feed. Jack O'Hannison dumps it underneath. Summers pokes it. Swade isn't ready. Nick O'Hannison trying to pick up the loose puck as Kargas had an opportunity to come away with a breakaway chance. Now Saney will push it into the offensive zone. Summers trying to corral the loose puck. It will escape. Clark is back for it. Clark will run the show. He plays it return to Amsbaugh. Now to Felski. Taking it wide, already with 2 goals on the game. Plays it to Clark. Over to Amsbaugh, barely on the blue line. Back to Clark. To Felski, shoots off the plexi. Unable to keep it in was Clark. So the Bulldogs will have to reset as Piros will take it behind his cage and Clark will pick it up. 5 seconds, almost no opportunity for a power play chance here. It's just dumped underneath. And off the boards, Loretto picks up the loose puck, fires it, deflected in front, but the Raiders will grab it, going the other way. Pass to Mann was left long, chance at icing, but Mann will be the first one there. He plays it behind for Yee. It's broken up in front. Great stick work by Sorensen. Raiders keep possession. Shot on net. Bossy looked like he was trying to get fancy with the stick work behind the cage. Played up against the boards. Now it'll escape the zone. Smith off the bench area. Players had to be careful to not get called for too many men by interfering with the puck. As this gets sent down for icing, they will say Malika was the first player there as a Raider had a chance to beat it out. And as we will like to, Bulldogs are going to elect to go to the blocker side of Schwab once again. 10:38 remains here in the third period of play. Bowman sends one on net. It's going to bounce off a body, though. And a long ice feed. Thundercloud racing with Malika. And Malika beats out Thundercloud. Going after the puck. So, going back the other way, it's icing once again. Patrick Saney will be on the face-off for the Bulldogs. It's played back to Bowman. He sends one in front. A lot of traffic. The rebound shot will score by Patrick Saney.
Well, have yourself a weekend, Patrick Saney. 3 goals on the series. He's in there for the draw. Dumps it back out. Might even get a personal assist there. Back to Bowman, who will get an assist for sure. Riel might have gotten a tip on it as well, but Saney puts it home. Kind of puts the icing on the cake here.
10:21, and it's 6-1 in favor of the Bulldogs. A lot of bodies flailing around. It's fed over to Amsbaugh, who didn't have a stick. Picking it up is Jochums. He attacks, fires. Blocker save. Toombs gets put into the boards. Lions also put into the boards, this time by Jacob. As they're battling for possession. Gets played off. Jack O'Hannison plays it up the ice. Lions to Jochums, gets stolen away. Summers, he has one to beat. He goes around him. Summers has an opportunity, and the goal will come off as Summers wrapped his whole body around that post.
Just trying to get an opportunity to get it on his forehand. Summers all alone, try to break it left. It was the right idea. And had to try to get it back on his forehand. Knocked the goal off his post with a lot of momentum heading into the red iron there.
Just a reminder, ACTV broadcasts are fully student ran. As of course we have Nathan Lindner joining me in the booth. My name's Sean Whitmer. We have Tate Wise directing the show here, and our camera operators are Connor Atwell and Anna Keir. ACTV broadcasts. Students call the shots around here quite literally. As Felski got a little bit too eager on the dot, and he will get thrown off, so Swade will take the face-off draw. Of course, This one will go into the corner, swayed with some physicality. Real attacking. Bossy comes out with the puck. His shot into the body. It's picked up by Hossein. Now Real plays it into the offensive zone, gathered by the Bulldogs. And Raiders will get it to escape. Jacob makes a move. Spin pass to Real. His shot. Looked like it caught the inner leg of Belkey. Now going the other way is Jones. Cross ice feed. Had too much on it. Chasing after it is Saney. Yee skates around. He'll play behind. Cross ice feed to Dickey. Dickey attacks. It's played back to Dickey. Puck left long. The shot will score. Bernard grabs another one in the series.
Rebound opportunity here for Seth Bernard, his 8th goal on the year. Wanted to see Piros the puck was just slowly coming to him, kind of waiting for it, just going to block it away. Thought maybe he was going to stick the stick out there to poke it away. Instead, Bernard swoops in and finishes the job.
Bernard, right place, right time, as 4 goals in 8 minutes is what the Raiders would need to make a comeback here, as Bernard got a little bit deer-legged there, trying to chase after the puck. It's picked up by Mann. Breakaway chance, spinning, pass to Jones. His shot is wide. Sprawling out was Piros. Bernard was waiting back door, as they are just firing shots on net now with little regard for where they go. It's played back to Smith. Jumps over his stick. Kargas attacks wide. He'll go all the way around. It's poked off. Mann recovers the loose puck. Played back to Bernard. Bernard slows it down. Plays it underneath. Picked up by Kargas. Ropke leaves it for Kargas, but wasn't able to get a piece of it. This will get flipped off the boards, and it will have legs for icing. Bulldogs won't be able to make the change that they wanted to. So Raiders getting a little bit momentum here. It just might be a little bit later than they would have liked.
Yeah, here's your chance coming up is you got an offensive zone draw here. Fresh legs out for your team. For the Bulldogs, they got the same legs that they had out when they went to icing call. It looks like we're going to have a timeout here.
Now, interesting note, technically through a timeout, you're not allowed to make a line change at all. However, we have seen it happen in the AIA before where a coach made called a timeout and made a full sail line change, and the officials didn't notice because they were talking about some things that had happened earlier in the game. I don't think that's what Coach Phillips is doing here. I think he is just trying to harp to his team the mistakes that have been made and try to get them thinking the right way.
We also give your group out there a little of a break. You know, they can't go on the bench for the next couple of lines there, but you do get a minute break to not have to work, and then they'll come back out and they'll still be the same line that was out there.
So Bulldogs skating back. It is still the same line. Not quite sure which level it was, but I do remember it happening, and it was a pretty funny moment when it did happen. I think it might have been women's NCAA against Aurora. As this is shot taken off a body. That energized the Bulldogs. But the Raiders will keep it in their offensive zone for the time being. It's played into the corner. Bowman tries to feed it around. O'Hannison can't handle it. The pass right in front. Tangled up bodies. Fink couldn't pick up the loose puck. Now the Bulldogs will finally escape the blue line. No, it's turned over. Lyons makes a move into the corner, but Bowman battles him off the puck. Pass right in front. The shot is barely kept out. Piros got his blade on it and kicked it out of the net.
Boy, how did that one not go in? was waiting for the signal from the official. On his right side there, kind of went around the back of him. Amazing save by Piros.
That might be the best save of the series, and we've seen quite a few happen in these last 5 3/4 periods. This gets played into the corner. Jacob off the boards. It rides the line, and Tefelski, first player down there. Now some extracurriculars. Tefelski went a little high, but no arm. There's the arm. It was the trailing official calling it, and Tefelski had to get pulled off of Bossy. It looked like Dickey got in the face of Tefelski.
Yeah, Tefelski was tangled up with Dickey there, right near the baseline. See right there, Dickey kind of holding Tefelski, didn't like it. Then they start going at it. I think Tefelski kind of hit Dickey up top a little bit near his face area, and then a couple extracurriculars after that. So Tefelski heads to the sin bin for 2 minutes.
It's going to be 5-on-4 for the time being, and it's the first power play unit for the Raiders on the ice, showing that they're not willing to give up on this game. They need 4 goals in under 7 minutes here to make things interesting. As it's picked up, passed over to Belke. He's unmarked. He'll return it to Jochums. Now underneath, Jones to Belke. He sends it in front. It's deflected by Mann. And the back door was open, but no one was there. Jones plays it patient. He'll wrap around underneath. Now back to Jones on the wing. Minute and 27. D to D. It's Mann. Back to Jones, attacking. Patient shot. Bernard was in the right place at the right time. That time the back door was open and Bernard came a-knocking.
Well, power play goal for the Raiders. Seth Bernard, again, his second on the day, third on the weekend. Piros came way out of his crease to try to play the puck, and it was deflected before it got to him, and then Bernard, right place, right time, put the goal in the back of the net. 6 minutes to go, down 3.
At what point does this game get extremely interesting again with 6 minutes left? As this gets launched down, avoids the banner somehow. I think he got close enough to actually move that banner as Lovasek plays it off the boards. Smith gets physical. Now battling is Bossy. Saney's able to keep it on his backhand. It's still loose. A backhand shot from Lovasek gets broken up. Hughes plays it behind. 2-on-2 opportunity is Yee skating with pace. Taking the puck in, though, is Ropke, who gets battled off. Loretto tackling Ropke and holding him down. No arm raised. Somehow, as Loretto was quite literally laying on top of Ropke and not giving him a chance to get up.
Yeah, good forecheck here and then kind of just fell on top of him. He was trying to get up, but everyone was playing the puck behind him, so he couldn't really get anything happening.
I don't think he's trying to get up there. I think he had his elbows dug in. So I think we're going to go to 4-on-4 here as they called offsetting penalties. 2-on-2 or 4-on-4 for 2 minutes. Not 2-on-2. That would be
awesome.
Very interesting. I don't really know how that would quite work, but Jones almost looked at the official like, could you please drop the puck? I'm trying to play here. Charchenko skating in reverse. Leaves it for Dickey. Pass up ice. Bernard was left alone. Bernard shot. Blocker save. Summers takes a tumble after Summers was the one who delivered the hit. Jones is going to go to the box.
Yeah, the stick kind of caught him up near Summers' face area. Micah called for a high sticking here. Good opportunity for Bernard. And on the far side, Summers delivered a hit up top, and then he goes down. The stick probably just caught him up there in the wrong place. Seems fine now.
I think Summers sold that one a little bit. It almost looked like Summers thought he was going to the box. He started skating towards the door, and when the door didn't open, he kind of
played it off.
Curled it off a little bit towards the dot. As this gets played back, Clark to Summers. He attacks, backdoor feed. Tefelsky couldn't handle it. Now Clark tries to play it on the blue line. It's sky high. Jumping for it was Mann. Mann will take it wide. Applies the brakes. Had a player backdoor. It's still loose. Another shot attempt, and the puck somehow comes out in the hands of Summers. Played to Swade. He attacks. Backdoor feed. Summers takes a tumble. Swade will pick up the loose puck. That was Tefelsky. Here it is, Summers. He takes a shot up and over, and Tefelsky might be going back to the box as he just tackled a man in the slot.
More chaotic plays here at the Arrington Ice Arena. Summers dekes in, takes a shot as a sliding Tefelsky takes out a Raider underneath.
They'll let him stay on the ice. Whistle, of course, sounded because of the protective netting, but could have gone either way as the extracurriculars have gotten out of hand as of late. Clark will send it in front. It's still loose, bouncing around. Some good physicality by Smith as he planted a player into the boards and took his stick from him was Tefelsky. Tefelsky shatters his stick. And it's getting to the point where Tefelsky seems to be at the center of a lot of issues as of late. If I'm Coach Phillips, I'm pulling him off the ice before he does something a little bit too far that has him sitting down for the next game.
And Tefelsky on the bench now, takes his helmet off. Still looks like he's going to play. See how Coach Phillip wants to use him. We're still 4-on-3 for the next 42 seconds, and then Bulldogs will be on the power play for the remaining 18.
As Saney plays it back. Amsbaugh. Back. Jacob one time. It's loose in front, and unfortunate bounce for the Raiders. Back to Jacob. Return to Amsbaugh. His shot off a hand there in front. I believe it was Dickey. Jacob feeds to O'Hannison off a body. Now O'Hannison attacks. He tries to dump it underneath to Saney. And it gets broken up. Saney to Amsbaugh. Ian Amsbaugh playing patient. Will go for the wraparound, the pass right in the slot. And now a player comes out for each as Piros with a nice saucer pass up the ice. Some big physicality by Jochims as this one's loose and blocker save by Schwab. A one-time look for Saney gets shrugged off. Back to 5-on-5 off the boards. Slapping it down was Jochims, picked up by Jones. He plays it to Bernard, who skates around. Bernard goes for the wrap through. Jochims plays it back to Bernard. Now trapped up against the boards. Bulldogs come out with it. Played over to Reel. Carter Reel. He skates around with it. O'Hannison wants the one-time look. Battles a player off his back. 2:13 remains in the game. Bernard. Cross ice to Mann. Flips it up and didn't hit the scoreboard somehow as Lyons tries to play it forward. It will escape the zone. Back to Smith. Minute 54. Fink goes wide. His shot will carry him up and I believe into the netting.
Yeah, that one hit the ceiling up there. I thought it was going to head out of play, but bounced back onto the ice here. Under 2 minutes to go. Bulldogs just looking to finish this one out. Would not like to see another penalty from either side. Just kind of play clean for the last 106 seconds.
Face-off draw going in favor of the Bulldogs. Cross ice to Lovasek. Couldn't handle it on the first try. Now he'll get put into a scrum. Saney comes across, poking for the puck. Gets loose. Dumped. Chasing is Malika off the boards. Sent around. Now chasing it is Saney. Troon. Spinning and rifling underneath. Minute and 9. Bulldogs lead by 3 here in the third period. As I believe they're going to end this game with the unit they started with, at least with their forwards. Looks like it's going to be Bannister and Malika defensively. Saney picks it up. He flips it. It's kept on the blue line. Sent into the corner. 1 minute remains now in the third period. It's played off the boards. Lovasek to Sorensen. Sorensen sends it into the glove. It's played out. Charchenko off the boards. Dickey fanned at it. So we will have icing with 43.9 seconds left here in the third period. So the Bulldogs able to get some fresh legs on the ice for the last 40-some seconds. However, Raiders are trapped here. Bossy can't handle the face-off. Swade comes away with it. Going the other way, gives to Clark, who sends one on net, and it's covered up by Schwab. As Bulldogs looking to sweep MSOE here, and their next matchup will be against Hiram College. That's next weekend on December 12th and 13th, 7 p.m. and 3 p.m. the start times for those two games, and then they will have a home-and-home with Aurora after that. Skating in reverse, fed across. Clark up ice to Sorensen, who didn't make contact with it, so we'll have icing once again. More whistles here in the final minute than we had for the final 5.
Yeah, look at the schedule here for Adrian College. They have Aurora, which will be a non-conference matchup technically, even though they are in the NCHA. They got a little typo there on the thing. Both of the games on January 2nd.
Yeah, I believe it'll be 2nd and 3rd for that one, as it'll be the 2nd at home, and it'll actually be the 4th on the road.
Yeah, it's a pretty far drive over to Aurora in Illinois.
As Bulldogs battling for possession. It's played back. Ott will send it across. Now an up-ice feed. Kargas weaving through, has it stolen away. Saney plays it off the boards. Tefelsky was chasing after there, and big hit at center ice. An open ice hit on Thundercloud, who had a thunderous shot. So the Bulldogs win 6-3, 42 shots on goal to 34 in favor of the Dogs. And the Raiders, while they took the sweep, was against a better team. That is only their 2nd loss on day 2 this season.
Yeah, Bulldogs came to play today. They really showed everyone why they're the number 3 team in the country. Take this one by a score of 6-3. MSOE, kind of a slow start out to the first period. Bulldogs put up one on the board, and then it was a really good second period for MSOE. Just a couple of bad breaks down there, and the goalie side, Northway got beat. Got his start in net where he's usually not. He hasn't had a lot of whole starts in net, but it's good to see the senior get an opportunity here at the AIA. Last time he'll come here, then Schwab comes in. I was a little surprised that when they made the goaltender change, they wouldn't go to Philip Rondina just to give him a little more action, considering Schwab is your main guy. Just give him a whole day off. But Bulldogs, number 3 team in the country, come in today. Raiders were receiving votes, sitting at about 19th, if you'd like to add it all together. But really a good contest back and forth. A lot of penalties there in the last period. But for the Adrian College, they move into the next couple of weekends off from the NCAA grind and get a couple more wins, keep the rankings.
Yeah, and if you're taking a look at the Raiders of MSOE, they play Bethel next weekend on December 12th and 13th. That is another road trip for them. And then they will have a home series January 9th and 10th against Wisconsin-Eau Claire. So that will be their next 2 series as the Bulldogs come out victorious 6-3. It was a very tight game from start to finish, as we will have the 3 stars in a moment. If you had to guess, who would be the 3 stars of today's contest, Nate?
Well, I was looking at this a couple of minutes ago. Number 1, I have to for sure go Frank Tefelsky, 2 goals, 1 assist. And then for probably Brad Summers, 1 goal, 1 assist. And then at that point, it's almost a toss-up because you had a couple more guys with goals. Obviously, Saney, Sorensen, and Bannister. But I'm going to maybe go on an underdog here and say it's going to be Bannister. Had a goal, and he was sitting at +4 and the plus-minus. So that would go for a player. Obviously, you have Piros, who's an obvious choice, but kind of 3 goals. I don't know if you're going to go for Piros.
Well, the one easiest person to see over there is the netminder, and I believe he will get one of the stars. But the 3rd star is going to be Brad Summers, as he'll skate on the ice, get his moment, as you mentioned. Had himself 1 goal, 1 assist. I think you're right with Tefelsky getting the 1st star. The 2nd star will go to Ryan Piros. Had himself a pretty good game.
Yeah, 30 saves, 3 goals given up for just above 90% save percentage.
And that 1st star will be Frank Tefelsky. Just a phenomenal series, and it's a matchup that I think everyone in the stands would like to see this matchup happen again. If you're the Raiders, that would find yourselves in the postseason. If you're the Bulldogs, you might not want to see this Raiders team for a 3rd and 4th time.
Yeah, they're always dangerous, as we've seen them come in here. Last year, the Bulldogs took care of business out in Milwaukee. Last year, they won the 2-game series around this time in the 2024, and then they came here as the 5 seed, just a slight underdog against the Bulldogs 4 seed. Lost the game 1 and then won game 2, a little bit of an upset there. They forced the game 3, the little mini game where the Bulldogs eventually came out on top. So for MSOE, they're really good when they see teams for a 2nd time, like you said today, and then even if they get into the playoffs a 3rd and 4th time, they're really well done. They can work around problems that they had earlier in the season, and they're a dangerous team come postseason.
Yeah, it's that physicality that they play with that really sends things over the edge, especially in postseason play, because players are battered and bruised and they don't want to get as physical. The Raiders are quite the opposite. They're playing physical every night, and they showed their level of physicality in this series. However, it was not enough as the Bulldogs get the series sweep. We'd like to thank you for tuning in. My name is Sean Whitmer. Joining me in the booth was Nathan Lindner. From all of us here at ACTV, you've been watching NCHA Hockey on ACTV.